Hey everyone, I'm back. It's been a while, but it's because I've been busy, as usual. Uh, you know, work, family, then fun, then videos, maybe. But actually, sorry. Family, work, thrifting, then videos. So, irregardless, I'm finally back to do another video. I got this cool light ring thing I bought, trying to be able to do videos from other areas. For instance, behind me here, some of my media in the living room. Um, pretty much all Blu-rays, because of the fact that I haven't put the Blu-rays in the thin sleeves yet, but you can see these are all Blu-rays, including, well, this isn't, but look it up there. You know, these are all Blu-rays just stacked and stacked and stacked. But we'll get back to those. I don't want to center on those too much right now. But I just want to go over some updates of what I've picked up recently. Thank you for those who have subscribed. And remember, feel free to share this video and spread the word. I definitely am liking the subscriber count keep going up. If I get to 200, hey, that's all the better. It's a cool thing. Never had 200 people following me in my life. There was this one girl when I was young who kind of was a stalker, but other than that, not a lot of people. So we'll start off with the DVDs. I already put into thin cases and brought over to my media center. But I've been picking up the Night at the Museum movies. I think I got one more I need to find after this, because I had the first one that I found for 50 cents at a Salvation Army. So I picked up this one. Night at the Museum. Let's see if I can go closer. This thing's really, I gotta get used to the shininess of this. But it's Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. So I think this is considered the second. It doesn't say number 2. And that's one thing I hate about movies these days, I gotta say. And I actually do want to say hate. Maybe not like is a better way to put it. But the movies tend to not put what number they are. Like, that's a bad thing. I always get number 1, but then number 2. Like, imagine if Toy Story 2 wasn't Toy Story 2, and there's 4 Toy Stories out. It'd be really hard to tell the order. What if it was called Buzz's Adventure? Is that number 2 or 3? What I'm saying is I'm in favor of numbers. And I keep looking at the screen. Sorry, I am very tired. But I'm in favor of numbers when we're talking about sequels. I don't think that's a bad thing. They can have a subtitle, but give me a number 2. I don't know if anybody's heard out there, but 2020 will be the first year you don't see the Peanuts cartoons on television here at the holidays, and that's because they're only on HBO Max, which can suck it. But I did find this at Salvation Army, Charlie Brown's Christmas Tales, which is the 2002 Christmas special, from what I got from it. But it also had on it a 1983 special called, what was it called? Is This Goodbye, Charlie Brown? So, I'd never seen this out in the wild, so 50 cents, 2 Peanuts cartoons. And the 2002 one looks good to me. It really does. There's nothing bad about it for me. I am looking for those Peanuts specials, though, the DVDs. I know they're becoming a hot commodity now. This one was up there, Kids Movie Collection, and I'm trying to get my kid into watching more of the cartoons from when I was a kid. I didn't watch ScoobyDoo a ton, but these are pretty cool cartoons, and he likes mysteries. He likes to solve mysteries. But, so ScoobyDoo and the Loch Ness Monster. And, Loch Ness, of course, the mystery of Loch Ness, and the monster that is there. Yeah. But it's amazing. This one, the voices and everything that they're using for these, Casey Kasem is still voicing, to this day, Shaggy. And I think Frank Welker, if I remember, he's one of the voices too. I think he does Scooby. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool little deal here. Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. The movie. No other bonus episodes on that one whatsoever. I picked this up for my kid. Hopefully, again, he'll like this one, but it was sealed and everything, so why not? Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Mickey's Great Outdoors. It has on it, let's see, 5 episodes of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, including an episode that they say here was a DVD premiere, a never before seen episode at the time. And it had like on the inside of it some like coloring and other stuff you could do, but for the most part, it was just a pickup because it was there. I am seeing the effect of streaming that and I always talk about this. I don't want to get into it again, but I'm not in favor of this whole streaming only world that we're moving towards. But I'm gonna do what I can to build up my collection before that occurs. This one I saw a long time ago. This movie, long time ago. Double Jeopardy with Tommy Lee Jones and Ashley Judd. And Ashley Judd was like the biggest actress at this time, if I remember correctly. It's a pretty interesting movie. I remember some stuff, but I don't want to give it away. Pretty sure she gets basically convicted. She discovers that the husband she's convicted of murdering staged his own death and framed her for the crime. Yeah. So she gets released on parole, and she skips town to find him, and that puts a parole officer on her trail. So Tommy Lee Jones kind of trying to catch her. Female fugitive, maybe. If anybody remembers Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive. No one ever remembers that one. No one's ever heard of that movie. Speaking of movies that have never been heard of, though, this one I'd never heard of. The Accidental Husband. Uma Thurman, Colin Firth, and somebody I'd never heard of and still don't know who this is, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. But it's called The Accidental Husband, so anyone seen this? Leave a comment. Let me know if this is any good. Uma Thurman's typically pretty good actress. Got a lot of movies I need to watch. The Con is on. I love her in the Kill Bill movies, of course. But she's also good in The Producers, if anyone's seen the remake with Matthew Broderick. But, yes, anyone. This movie ain't good? Accidental Husband? Pick this one up. This is my full frame of the week. Did not notice I was picking up a full frame movie. Yeah, a full frame movie again. Not full frame though, let's call it what it is. Middle of the screen. But I wanted to have a copy of Fibo Goes West for my son because he saw the first movie, An American Tail. He liked it, but we didn't have the second one. So at least let's give him a way to see a second one. Albeit full frame, but it is what it is. And then I've been going to the Value World. I mentioned that in another video. I've been going to Value World lately, and they have some VHS tapes, and they're only 99 cents or 50 cents. I don't know. They're really cheap, though. And I picked this up. It's part of the Don Knotts collection back in the VHS days. And it actually has, I noticed, the girl from Escape from Witch Mountain in it. I'm pretty sure she's from Escape from Witch Mountain. And then it has the guy who did The Nutty Professor. I'm pretty sure that's him. And it's a movie called No Deposit, No Return. And this looks like it did get a DVD release at some point, but I haven't seen it, so I just decided I'd pick up the VHS and transfer it to my computer, which is what I did. And the transfer's not bad. I did have to clip some of the top and bottom because the top everything was curving. It was like everything was like it had this like weird skew to it up there, like this, but I cut that off, and it's just a very, very top. But yeah, it looks good. This movie isn't. Just haven't seen it. There was Don Knotts collections on DVD, and I don't think this has been in the set. I'll have to look because I know my mother-in-law is a big Don Knotts person, so she might have it actually on DVD. I'll have to check on that. Now on to Blu-rays. Found quite a few Blu-rays on one of the times I went to Salvation Army. There was just like 5 of them sitting there, so I picked them all up pretty much. And I found a couple others here or there, but we'll just go over those really quickly. And I never seen this cover, and I think this is just the most generic cover I think I've ever seen in my life. But this is Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, and this was like I'm pretty sure it was a family video rental or something. The case work, it's just there's nothing on the back. The side has just generic Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. But then the disc artwork is the right one, is the right disc. I don't know. It definitely was. Maybe it's just some kind of artwork somebody made or whatever. So I just basically took this and 50 cents for a Blu-ray of the movie. I never seen it, so I figured, why not? It's the fourth. I think it's the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie was on Stranger Tides. Kung Fu Panda 2. Got this at the Value World. So Blu-rays and DVDs at Value World are $2, which is good because it's cheaper than Goodwill, especially on the Blu-rays, which typically are like $4 or $5 at Goodwill. This is Kung Fu Panda 2. Now I already have that in 3D. However, what's nice about this set is it's supposed to have the Blu-ray and DVD in it. Now, it doesn't. It had Kung Fu Panda 1 and Kung Fu Panda 2 Blu-rays in it. So I actually now have Kung Fu Panda 1, which is kind of cool because I didn't. And now my son, we can finally start watching those, knowing what happens in Kung Fu Panda 1. And I know those are supposedly good movies. At least everything I've heard from those or heard about those is good. So, leave a comment. Let me know. Kung Fu Panda, better than Shrek? What's your opinion on that? Let's see here. That's my boy. So, Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg. I like Andy Samberg. He's okay as an actor goes. He's funny though. He's awkward, and I like that. I like that whole awkward thing some actors can pull off real well. Hopefully, Adam Sandler's entertaining in it. Adam Sandler can be like very hit and miss, more miss than hit. I'm hoping that movie's pretty funny. I really am. They had Tom Hanks in Sully. They had this, so I picked it up. The guy who landed the plane in the Hudson River. And you can see the cover took a beating. Well, maybe you can't see, but on the inside you might be able to. The cover took a beating like right here, almost like it hit a bird or something. But this has the Blu-ray and DVD in it, so 50 cents. Paranormal Activity 2, the unrated director's cut. Now I'm not big on these movies, the Paranormal Activity ones, but I figured for 50 cents I'd give it a shot. It can't be, that bad. If it is, it's only 50 cents I'm out. But Paranormal Activity 2, unrated director's cut. I'm pretty sure I have this. Yeah. So I have this movie already over here in my collection. Ready Player One. But I now have another copy of it. Now what's cool about this copy versus the copy I have is mine is just the regular copy. This one actually has a bonus disc right there. So I don't know where this bonus disc came from, if this was a Target bonus disc or what, but it's a bonus disc. It does still have the DVD and Blu-ray here in the other side. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to have to check out what's on that bonus disc. Hopefully it's actually worthwhile content and not just 5 minutes. Usually those bonus discs don't have much on them at all. So, Dad versus Stepdad. Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell in Daddy's Home. And this is a Blu-ray DVD combo set, allegedly, but it actually is only the Blu-ray of Daddy's Home. So, that's fine though. I'll just take a Blu-ray for 50 cents. I don't need the DVD. They had the second season of the Beats Motel. Again, as all these have been so far, I've never seen it. But a whole season of a TV series on Blu-ray for 50 cents. Yes. Yes. Something I've never seen. And then also I picked it up, and this was just this week. I actually got this, just fixing the cover here. It's a little misaligned. But I've been trying to find all these, and I know you can get the whole set really cheap for like $9, $10. I'm not that gung-ho on getting them all, though. But for 50 cents, I'll pick it up, and that is Saw 6, the unrated director's cut. The game has come full circle. Now, other than media picks, I've picked up other kinds of media. This kind is paper media, meaning books. So they had a lot of cool books, everything from dating back to, let me give you a date on this if there is one. This is an old Bantam book, Bantam Books, 1983. So it's very old, and this is Seasons and Holidays, Walt Disney book from 1983. I had these when I was a kid because in 1983 I would have been 7 years old. 7 years old. And I do remember having these books when I was a kid. Looks like according to this there was 19 of them released. And this is the seasons and holidays because I thought this would be a good one for my son because he likes reading about those, and he's gotten to that age where he's starting to read. There's a little bit of drawing in here, scribbling with pencils and stuff, but it's got some of the old classic Disney artwork from the era I like a little more. And then in the front here, it just has this great montage, let's call it, or whatever. Not montage, but it's just nice art. I like this old stuff. Call me old because I am. But in addition to that, there were a lot of other books I picked up. And these are over different trips, but look at this one, the Sesame Street Library. So again, a very old book. Now this one is, I think, a very old one. This is from 1978 that this came out. And I mean, look at that. That's some cool stuff. I like that a lot. I just love how that looks. All of them hanging out. Mumford, and obviously it belonged to Melissa. So Melissa, if you turn this into Salvation Army or any thrift place, thank you. It's mine now. I got this, and while I don't really need it for 50 cents, I thought it was kind of cool. It's a little travel companion book for Mario Odyssey. This came out from Prima Games, yeah. And $10 this was, retail brand new. 50 cents I paid for it. And it's not marked up at all. I mean, it looks like it just was looked at a little bit. It's got some nice pictures, art from the game in it. Like actual graphics, I guess I should say, of the levels. It also shows you where certain things are at, things that can happen. Just different things, probably some techniques on how to do certain ones, help a little bit of, like a cheat guide, kind of, like a bit of a cheat guide. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this is back in I thought called the 2012 series. This is a golden book, and this has a lot of the characters' names and such listed in it, which is kind of cool. I like finding these kind of things. I don't just, look at the DVDs when I'm there because there aren't a ton of them, but I look at the other stuff, and you can get the characters' names and such, because I definitely want to get back to watching the series one day, and hopefully with my son, hopefully I can get him into it, because it's a really good rendition of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. It's a really good rendition of it. This is called Disney Out of This World Cartoon Tales, and it's got Stitch here on the cover. It's got like Tinkerbell and then some Treasure Planet, and it's got some different stories in it in this like comic book almost like fashion, as you can see there. So this is a kind of a cool book, real large, a lot of pages. Let's see, after Lilo and Stitch here, you'll see it's some Peter Pan going on there. But yeah, it's definitely a large book, almost 200 pages. How much was that brand new? I don't even know. It doesn't seem to say. Oh, $14.99. So $14.99 new, paid 50 cents. This is a record. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, not the Beatles version, but actually the Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees one. And I had found this on DVD a ways back. I actually have watched part of it. It's a weird conglomeration of different musicians. They have Aerosmith, Alice Cooper, Earth, Wind and Fire, Steve Martin, Paul Nicholas, Billy Preston, and it's the original motion picture soundtrack of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And they have a lot of the music of the Beatles on here, like The Long and Winding Road, A Day in the Life, Come Together, With a Little Help from My Friends, Mean Mr. Mustard, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, by Diane Steinberg. So, it's got a gatefold, love gatefolds, really cool looking. And then, on the back here, it's got, you know, all the songs that are part of the soundtrack here. So, hopefully that's coming through okay. But yeah, and this is a little bit embossed raised artwork on the front, which is kind of cool. The, you know, the trumpet lines here and the letters and everything. It has nice texture to it. And now here's my two best finds from the last couple of weeks of going out thrifting. One here is a giant Kermit Pez dispenser. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, it's Kermit. Now, I was about to buy this, and then I found something out that made me definitely buy this. It was $2, and here's why. If you tilt the head back, you can put Pez in, as you can see. It does actually act as a Pez dispenser for some giant Pez. I don't know who sells these Pez or if you can even buy them, but watch when you tilt the head back. Yes. Now, it's got a little bit of blemishes on it. Nothing super bad, but it's just so cool. It's just so cool. I like Kermit, you know. I like Kermit a lot. That was just a cool find for $161, I think it was. And now, this is very big, as you can see. It's heavy, too. It's a heavy book. And this is Peanuts Jubilee. And yeah, the slipcover here is a little bit, you know, cut up, and I put it together as best I could, back together. But you can see here the cover underneath is just like an exceptional shape. It's really, really like great, and that dust cover probably protected it for some years here. What this is a giant book, and a thick book of Peanuts comics and about Peter Schultz. Or Charles Schultz, and everything about the Peanuts character starting out in 1950. And so I'm just going to jump up to, well, here's some stuff like early stuff he did. So there's some early stuff he did there. But if you get up into it, they have Peanuts comics, and these look pristine in here. These comics are from these two in particular are from 1960. But these are this is an amazing shape. The paper quality is very good. I plan to do a bigger video just on this sometime because that just looks amazing, the quality. This was actually released, this book, and I kid you not, I'm going to actually look it up just to make sure I'm not lying to you because I hate doing that. This was $30 when this book came out. Now, it's called Charlie Brown and Others by Peter Schultz. This came out in 1975. That was when the first edition of this was released, and that's what this is. So there we go. You know, you go through years, 1970s, 1971, 73, and as you get farther in, you know, there's more of them, it seems like, from the later years than the early years. But what was really cool, I thought, was at different points in here, they actually show when different characters were introduced into the timeline, or introduced. So when he created additional characters. And, you know, you even see in here, like, Franklin wasn't there originally. Lucy wasn't even there for the first 2 years. Schroeder was actually introduced in 1951, while Lucy didn't come until 1952. You know, Linus came in 1952. Sally, Charlie Brown's sister, not until 1959. But yeah, they got a chronology here of the characters, and I just thought that was a really cool thing. So this book, make sure I keep this all together. This book and this awesome spread cover here were just a great find. And again, 50 cents. 50 cents for this gigantic book. So I'm gonna definitely read through this at some point about Charles Schultz and Scholes, maybe not Schultz, maybe Scholes. But read through this and give my feedback on it, you know, as far as what I thought of this, and if it's something you should try to hunt down. Hopefully they reprinted it, because these comic strips, I mean, can get lost to time because not many people have the original newspapers. So it'd be cool for more people to be able to own them. But that's all I got. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave comments on anything I showed. Anybody want a digital code for a movie? I have some of the ones, some of the Blu-rays I picked up definitely have digital codes. And just, you know, pop me a comment and say, hey, hook me up, and I will. Be sure to subscribe. I definitely, if I get to 200 by the end of the year, that'd be a cool Christmas present. But if I don't, okay too. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe out there, and always put on your makeup.